the right-wing firebrand has been a thorn in the side of the bloc with his outspoken views on the EU's economic and border policies. .ADVERTISINGinRead invented by TeadsADVERTISINGinRead invented by TeadsThose opinions have made him a nightmare for Brussels but have played into the views of supporters of his Fidesz party. And, with an April 8 election on the horizon, he ratcheted up his rhetoric again today with a bizarre rant.He predicted that, with Western Europe wanting the East to follow its lead, there would be a vicious struggle ahead. Related articles: Austria and Hungary in warning to EU nations promise stronger ties. Hungary launches fraud probe into suspicious EU-funded projects. His comments were a clear allusion to a plan to redraw the European alliance advocated by the leaders of France and Germany. He complained, absurd as it may sound, the danger we face comes from the West, from politicians in Brussels, Berlin, and Paris. Of course we will fight, and use ever stronger legal tools. Mr. Orban said Europe faces a critical fissure between nation-states of the East and the West, which he called an immigrant zone, a mixed population world that heads in a direction different from ours. During his speech to the party faithful at the foot of the royal castle in Budapest, he appeared to try to pitch himself as the savior of Europe's Christian nations. He raged, "Christianity is Europe's last hope." And he claimed, with mass immigration, especially from Africa, our worst nightmares can come true. Using highly provocative, racially charged language, he proclaimed, the West falls as it fails to see Europe being overrun. Mr. Orban is widely credited for reversing an economic slump in Hungary and controlling its public finances, culminating in a return to investment grade for its debt, which was cut to junk during the 2008 global economic crisis. To achieve that and hold on to power, the Prime Minister, 54, has used authoritarian methods, picked fights with EU partners, especially in the West, and lurched ever further right. Eastern leaders, most notably in Poland, have followed his lead. Voters have responded favorably, and Mr. Orban is a clear leader of all Poles. In Europe, he cited as allies Hungary's fellow Visegrad countries Slovakia, the Czech Republic and Poland, whose ruling Law and Justice, Peace, party is also often at loggerheads with the EU. He said a victory for Silvio Berlusconi's party in Italy's March 4 election would strengthen the nationalist fold. Mr. Orban said, "We don't think the fight is hopeless, on the contrary, we are winning." The V4 is firm, Croatia has come around, Austria has turned in the patriotic direction, and in Bavaria the CSU has created a resistance. Related articles: Austria sparks EU fury with plan to slash benefits for foreign kids. EU projects in Hungary under fire as fraud team probes Orban links warning to EU. Italy rebel says Orban and Trump are his role models. Brussels warning, Eurosceptic Austrian and Hungarian leaders to meet.